Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to MTG Commander. This is Steve, and I will see what we can pull today. Actually, we've already opened two other boxes, so this is box number 3. And so far, I think we're missing 5 of the mythics. The first 2 boxes, we've actually gotten lucky and pulled 4 mythics out of each box. Our foil rares have been something left to be desired. But, you know, this will be our last box, and then after this, we will just go through and buy whatever mythics we're missing, and to complete the set, or mythics and rares. Typically, within a half case, you're only missing one or you know, maybe 1 or 2 rares, 4 or 5, or 3 or 4 mythics, maybe 5 rares. But for the most part, you get a lot of everything, obviously. So we will go through. In our first 2 videos, we kind of talked, first video talked a little bit about the cards. Second video talked a little bit more about how they fit into Commander. I did go through and read off a lot of the uncommons. Today, we're just going to, or this box, I'm just going to go through and look at the rares and mythics and make this video a little bit quicker and discuss a little bit more about Commander in there. Oh, nice hit. First pack, first mythic. Prime Speaker Vanifair. 2 green blue for a 2/4. Tap, sacrifice another creature. Search your library for a creature card with a converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrifice creature's converted mana cost. Put that card on the battlefield to shuffle your library. Activate this ability only time you could activate a sorcery. So basically a birthing pod. All right, great first pack. We get a mythic, and then we're gonna back it right up with a foil. All right, very good beginning so far. All right. So, oh, there's something on my mat here. That's all right. I know it's not food. I don't know what it is. Anyways, all right. Well, let's keep moving on. Again, I said in the last couple of videos, please give me some feedback on some of these cards that you've seen. Let me know if you'd like to see a commander deck made from one of these legendary creatures. I'll go ahead and make it and put it on the site. Benthic Pyromancer, 1 blue for a 1/1. 1 in a blue, adapt 1. If this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put 1 on it. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Benthic Pyromancer, draw a card, then discard a card. Ooh, and another foil. Archway Angel. All right, cool. So 2 foils. Benthic Pyromancer, I'm pretty sure I have that card already. But again, it is another Merfolk, so, you know, looking at this, it looks like it'd be pretty easy to put together a blue-green Merfolk deck, looking at these, looking at this set, and also a black-white token deck as well. Looks like there's some pretty good ones, so, all right, give me some feedback, and let's see if we can make some decks and go from there. Precognitive Perception, 3 blue, draw 3 cards. If you cast a spell during your main phase, instead scry 3, then draw 3 cards. It's not a bad card, but for 5 mana, oh, we got our Emblem of Domri. Okay, it's not a bad card, but again, 5 casting costs to draw 3 cards. The addendum part of it is nice because you can scry then draw. So it basically turns the card into a sorcery for its best effects. So don't know that that'll make it into any of my decks, to be honest. Not saying it's a bad card, just, you know, have to wait and see. All right, Godless Shrine, our first land of the set, or of the box, I mean. I've been getting 3 lands per box, so hey, if that stays the same, you know, we'll pull 9, and hopefully maybe we'll pull 4 in this box and complete 2 of each. Followed up with a Blood Crypt. That's a great way to get started with them. All right, and then our Exposed to Daylight foil. So look at that, two pain lands right at the beginning. I've gotten 2 of everything. Well, I'm missing Breeding Pool and Hollowed Fountain. I did pull Hollowed Fountain already in my pre-release kit, my guild kit from last night at midnight. So I'm really only missing 1 more of the Breeding Pool to have 2 of each one. Our next rare is Tomb of the Guild Pack, or Tome of the Guild Pack. 5, whenever you cast a multicolored spell, draw a card, and you could tap for mana. So you can tap for 1 mana of any color, so that's nice. And whenever you cast a multicolored spell, draw a card. You know, the 5 mana cost again is a little high, but I do know that that'll find its way into a few of my decks. Like I said, my buddies and I, we all played multicolored decks. We each have one single color, but that's about it. And I actually got rid of mine, so I don't even have one anymore. Deputy of Detention. All right, it's a 1/3 for 1 white blue. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls and all other non-land permanents that player controls with the same name as that permanent until Deputy of Detention leaves the battlefield. So I was thinking about this card. It's not that great of a card in Commander, obviously, because of the fact that it says, you know, you get rid of all the cards with the same name. So it's going to have a lot of play in Standard and Modern. I was thinking about it, though. You know, in a Commander deck, it's great to get rid of tokens. So if somebody were to play that and exile Sapperlinks, let's say, against my Stowaway deck, of course, that would be a bad time for me. Immolation Shaman, 1 in a red for a 1/3. Whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land that isn't mana, Immolation Shaman deals 1 damage to that player. And then for 3 red, Shaman gets +3/+3 and gains menace until the end of turn. So another fun card to play with. All right. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? Let's see. All right. I'm not going to go through the commons anymore. All right. Lumbering Battlement. This is the first one of these I've gotten. All right, so 4 and a white for a 4/5 beast with vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-token creatures you control until it leaves the battlefield. Lumbering Battlement gets +2/+2 for each card exiled this way. So, if, you know, not a bad card. Not going to make it into my Manantu deck just because I'm not trying to exile things to leave them in exile. I want to exile them and bring them back. But for 5 mana, it's a 4/5 vigilance. It's not the worst. It's not the worst card in the world, you know. I guess in my Manantu deck, if there's something that's just not doing anything, then I could, you know, that has no effect on the game, I could get rid of it. Smothering Tith. All right, so 3 and a white. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If that player doesn't, you create a colorless treasure artifact token with sacrifice this artifact and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So that's, you know, bulk rare. Obviously, I've gotten that in every box. Again, if you're playing in, oh, I can't think of the card right now. Treasure Hunter, Treasure Finder, where if you have like 20 treasures, you win the game. So, I mean, that would be obviously great in that deck. And Pyromancer's Familiar, so blue and a green for a 2/2 mutant. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 colorless less to activate. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana and ability costs to activate to less than 1. And you can tap it, and the next time target creature adapts this turn, it adapts as though it had no +1/+1 counters on it. So I talked about that in the last video a little bit. Great card to just keep adding counters onto your adapt creatures, you know, if they for whatever reason lost their counters, or if you're just trying to make them really big ass creatures. Tith Taker. Actually, this is the first one of these I pulled, I think. Maybe in the first box. All right, 1 and a white for a 2/1. During your turn, spells your opponent's cast cost 1 more to cast, and abilities your opponents activate cost 1 more to activate, unless they're mana abilities. And then Afterlife, when this dies, you create a 1/1 white and black spirit token with flying. So, all right, not bad. Ugh, video is still taking a little long, so maybe I should just stop talking and just keep cracking packs, huh? Oops, wrong way for the trash can. All right, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Incubation Druid. Okay, obviously a bulk rare. Our Gateway Sneak. Pulled a lot of these Incubation Druids already. It's actually my pre-release card from my guild kit, so not overly impressed with my guild kit pull, but, you know, can't win them all, right? And then Bedeck and Bedazzle. This is the first one of these I pulled. All right, so target creature gets +3/-3 until the end of turn, or destroy target non-basic land. Deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Man, 6 mana to destroy a non-basic land. And 2 points of damage. It's a little much. Little much. But 2 mana to do a +3/-3 is not that horrible. All right, pose deploy. And all right, Ethereal Absolution, 4 white black. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. 2 white black, exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature, you get a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. All right, so I think that the so again, there's a black, white, blue, green seems like to be the pretty strongest ones in here so far. If you can get the right pulls, of course. All right, Eyes Everywhere. I'm not going to read through these. Okay. All right, Taste of Karloff. So that just goes with the Ethereal Absolution. So it's 2 white, black for 2/4. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And creature tokens you control have Vigilance and Lifelink with a foil Coral Commando. Alright, we're really going to speed things up now, boys and girls. Try to get this video to under 20 minutes long here. Alright. Font of Agonies, 1 black. Whenever you pay life, you may put that many blood counters on Font of Agonies. 1 in a black, remove 4 counters from Font of Agonies, destroy target creature. So, I mean, I guess it'll find its way. It's 1 black mana. Find its way into some decks. I just don't know that I have anywhere it'll fit in right now. Alright, let's see. Awaken the Erstwhile, 3 black, black. Each player discards all other cards in their hand and then creates that many 2/2 black zombie creatures. Tokens. Ooh, come on. Alright. Lavinia, Azorus Renegade. Alright, white and a blue for 2/2. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Yeah, you know. I don't know. I mean, it's got to fit in somewhere. I'm just not sure where it fits. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe with the video. Leave me a comment as far as which legendary creature from this set you'd like to see a commander deck built. And I will, like I said, within a week, try to have that built for us. And all right, I'm going to call this Verity Circle just because it's not Veridity. But anyways, 2 and a blue. When a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, if it isn't being declared as an attacker, you may draw a card. 4 and a blue, tap target creature with flying. And our foil is a Basilica Bellhaunt. All right, man, we've gotten quite a few foils already. 5, 6 foils. We're a little more than halfway through the box. I like lots of foils, so let's keep them coming. All right. Oops. Actually, while I was waiting for the pre-release, I actually opened up another box of Ultimate Masters while I was there. So it was pretty fun. All right, Revival Revenge. Return target creature card with a converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And Revenge is double your life total. Target opponent loses half their life rounded up. That's a really good card. All right, and our foil rare, Gruul Spellbreaker. 3/3 for colorless red-green. It's got Riot, Trample. As long as it's your turn, you and Gruul have hexproof. So that's a pretty good card. They'll definitely find a way into a deck. So like I said, I opened up a box of Ultimate Masters while I was waiting for the pre-release to kick off. It wasn't the worst box. It wasn't a great. I got a box topper of a Leovold, the Emissary, I actually traded that in for a liberated Karn. So, Theater of Horrors at one black red. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. During your turn, if an opponent lost life this way, you may play cards exiled with Tether of Horrors. 3 and a red. Tether of Horrors deals 1 damage to target opponent or Planeswalker. So, like I said, I opened the box. I got a Leovold. I traded that in for a Karn. Karn was literally the only card I was missing from the set, so it was a fair trade. Traded straight up with the comic book store. So pretty good deal, in my opinion, at least. Well, they're sticking together. We're not going through them anyways. All right, Warrant Warden. Put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library, or create a 4/4 white and blue Sphinx creature token with flying and vigilance, and another foil, Applied Biomancy. Cool. That's like the 8th foil of this box. That is awesome. I will take as many foils as they're willing to give me. We're still only at 1 mythic though, but we still have a whole nother row to go. Maybe we can get there. We have an Absorb as our rare. Counter target spell, you gain 3 life. Alright, hopefully this is the row with the mythics in it. Repudiate and Replicate. Counter target activated or triggered ability, or create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. To me, a lot of these split cards, one side is obviously a lot better than the other side. Obviously, the Replicate, if you can create a creature, a copy of a creature you control that's not a mythic creature, or I'm sorry, a legendary creature for 3 mana, not bad. All right, Simic Ascendancy, a green and a blue, 1 green and a blue. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on a creature you control, put that many growth counters on Simic Ascendancy. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it has 20 or more growth counters on it, you win the game. So, that's actually a good little win con in Commander. All right, let's see. Oh, we got a mythic there. Emergency Powers. Okay, not the best mythic in the box, but it is one that we were missing. So 5 white, blue for an instant. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draw 7 cards, and you exile Emergency Powers. If you cast this spell during your main phase, you may put a permanent card with converted mana cost 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay. So it's a 7 mana Wheel of Fortune. I guess it's not a Wheel of Fortune because you're shuffling in you're shuffling everything in. So I mean, it's not a horrible card if you're towards the end of the game and you're being milled to death and they haven't exiled your graveyard. I mean, I could see where that has some play there. All right, Gutter Bones, 1 black for a 2/1, enters the battlefield tap, 1 and a black, return the Gutter Bones from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if your opponent has lost life this turn. So again, not a great card, but Vindicate Vampire. I'm not reading these. Let's go. And we pull an Electro Dominance. All right, this is one of the better rares. X red for Electro Dominance deals X damage to any target. You may cast a card with converted mana cost X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Ooh, and a mythic foil. Nice. Again, not the most expensive mythic, probably about $10, but this is awesome. All right, Scargon Hellkite, 3 red for a dragon, 4/4 flyer. 3 and a red, deals 2 points of damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. Activate this ability only if Hellkite has a +1/+1 counter on it. Really nice, man. Awesome foil. Cool. So that's like foil number what, 10? So we've gotten 4. I'm sorry, it's foil 9 out of the box. All right, let's get to foil number 10. All right, let's separate these guys here. Bedevil, destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. That's going to be up there. I mean, this is going to make it its way into any blue or black-red deck. Oh, and there's foil number 10, Undercity Scavenger. Nice. So we pulled 2 mythics and a foil mythic, so we might be done with our mythics in this box. Hopefully we can still get one more. Let's see what we can find here in these last few packs. Oh, Angel of Grace. Nice. All right, we've already pulled one of these, but awesome. So it's 3 white for a 5/4 with flash flying. When it enters the battlefield until the end of turn, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. For 4 white, you can exile Angel of Grace from your graveyard and your life total becomes 10. I can see this card getting a ton of play in standard, modern, whatever. I don't play that series, but whatever it is, just to have 4 of those in a deck, you're going to be, you know, you should be all right. Let's see. All right. So we have pulled 3 mythics. Sorry about that. Oh, Scargon Hellkite. So we just pulled it in the foil version, and now we've got the regular version. Nice. So 4 mythics and a foil mythic in this box. I don't think we pulled a foil rare also, but let's just double check. Maybe we did. Oh, and we did. That's right. Pulled 10 foils in the box, 1 mythic, one rare. Nice, beautiful. This turned out to be a really good box. Got 2 mythics we didn't have before. Got a foil mythic. Very nice box. Very, very nice. Sphinx of Foresight, 2 blue for a 4/4 flyer. You may reveal the top card. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, scry 3 at the beginning of your first upkeep, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you scry 1. That'll definitely find its way into most blue decks that I have. Just for the, it's a 4/4 flyer for 4 mana, and you know, good card, really good card. All right, Hallowed Fountain, very nice. That's our 3rd one. It's our 3rd land this out of this box, I believe. So very nice. All right, 2 more packs to go. Oh, well, that pack made it all the way across the table and off. All right. Oh, uh-oh. I think I've got my complete set of Planeswalkers. Let's just look at her. There she is, Kaya. Wow, our 5th mythic of the box, 6th mythic of the box. All right, and she is the last mythic or the last Planeswalker I was missing. Kaya, Orzhov, or Usurper. 1 white/black, comes in with 3 loyalty counters, +1. Exile the top 2 cards exile up to 2 cards from a single library or graveyard. I am excited to get the card, so I can't read. All right, +1. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. You gain 2 life if at least 1 creature card was exiled this way. -1. Exile target non-land permanent with converted mana cost 1 or less. And then -5. Kaya deals damage to target player equal to the number of cards in that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. Awesome. All right, 6 mythics. Wow. What are we going to pull in our last pack here? Maybe a foil to end, since we already got 10. Maybe we could finish with 11 foils. Let's see if we can get that lucky. Oh, perfect. All right. And Growth Chamber Guardian. 1 and a green for a 2/2 elf. 2 and a green to adapt 2. So if it has no counters on it, put 2 +1/+1s. And whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Growth Chamber Guardian, you may search your library for a card named Growth Chamber Guardian, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your library. So again, one of those that'll get some run in modern and standard, but not much in Commander. So wow, what a box, guys. This is awesome box. So we've got a foil rare Gruul Spellbreaker. We've got 3 Pain lands. We've got Kaya. We've got a Skargon Hellkite, Angel of Grace, Emergency Powers Mythic, Prime Speaker Vanifair Mythic, and a Skargon Hellkite foil Mythic. Awesome box. So 5 Mythic box with a Mythic foil, 6 Mythics in 1 box with a foil rare, with 3 Pain lands. Gonna have to say, this box more than paid for herself. So enjoy the video, guys, and we'll talk to you next time. Again, leave me comments with which legendary creature from the set you'd like to see me make a commander deck out of. And we'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Bye.